morning, everyone. So in our last class, we have completed few filters, employee ID, name, designation, skill. So till here, we have completed. So in today's class, we are going to add the extra two filters. One is salary filter and date of joining filter. So while I add these filters, you will understand how to add a filter with some static drop-down values and how to handle the date picker, the date related filter. Okay, right. So first let us add the salary, and even before that, so if I want a filter as a drop-down with some static values, so how can I create it? For example, let us take the skill. So as of now, the skill has been given as a input field, but let's say instead of the input field, I want to give this drop down as input field as a drop down with SAP UI5 ABAP, Java, so whatever the skills. Okay, so let us convert this input field into a drop down. So similarly, if you want the designation can also be converted like a drop down with a developer, senior developer, team lead, manager, like that. So I'm going to the view. Let's go to the view1.view.xml, and so instead of this input field, so we need to create a select box or combo box. So whatever you want. So I'm going with the combo box. In real time, mostly we go with the combo box. It's loading. Sometimes the autocomplete will take some time. Okay, so it is better we type it. Combo box. Combo box. And normally, if you want any combo box and all, so we write the items binding. But instead of the items binding, we can also do hard-coded values like this. So items hash items. And we know that one item of a drop-down is called core item. So this is something we already know. Core item. Okay. The error is still there. Yeah, core item, and then give a control space. So write the text and the key. So text equal to, so we can directly hard code like this, SAP UI5, and the key also same, SAP UI5. So this is how a drop down with some static values will be created. So you previously know the combo box with the items binding like this, items equal to, and you will be doing the items binding like slash employee set and all, right? Slash employee set. Instead of doing this items binding, you can also write whatever the drop down values you want. So you can straight away write within the items binding. If you are doing the items binding, so you will write the core item only once because it is in the loop. But since we are not writing the items binding here, we remove the items binding. So that means these items will not work like a loop. So you need to paste whatever the drop down items you want. So you can keep all of them here directly. So SAP UI5 ABAP, Java, like this. All right, so let's beautify this. Now I'm giving the ID of input field here, and I'm removing this input field, not required. Okay, now let's have a look and see. Now this particular skill converted like a drop down. So instead of you type the skill, so instead of typing, we can directly select here SAP UI5. Okay. So even if I click the go button now, the data will not get filtered. I clicked on go button. It's getting filtered. Actually, should not, but it is getting filtered because the skill dot get value is working, but actually we should not use get value as per the API. So you are pointing out to the skill input field. You are pointing to the skill input field and you are saying get value. So even though get value function will also work on the drop down, but actually SAP suggests to use get selected key. So we already used it, get selected key. So when I explained all the drop down and multi-value UI elements, so in that topic, we understand how to read the value from the drop down, isn't it? So you need to point out to that combo box and you need to use the method get selected key. Okay. However, get value will also work, but that is not a recommended one. Okay. You always need to use get selected key. So why get value we should not use? So if you use get value, that is display value. As of now, get value is also working and you are able to see the result. But what is get value? Get value is something that is a display value. But sometimes the display value is different from the key that we will send it to the backend, right? So I have given the example like a country example. So India, Pakistan, China or USA something. So the country code is IND, PAK, CHN, USA, right? So the country code is different. So in such a case, if you are using get value, so get value gives you only the display value. It won't give you the behind the scene, the key. So we use the key for storing that short form and text is for displaying the full actual text. So we can take another example like country we already taken, right? For example, language code. So language code for various countries, the language code is different. For German, the language code is D. So display value, you will keep it as German, but in a key, you will store it as D, right? For China, so the display value, you will keep it like China or Chinese, but the key will be CH, or sorry, ZH. ZH is the language code for China. So basically the key is something that is used to send the value to the backend. So that is the reason SAP recommends to use get selected key instead of get value. Okay, right. Get selected key. All right, so this is correct. And when you are setting it blank also for the skill, so when you are setting it blank for the reset functionality, instead of using set value, use set selected key. Just use set, instead of value, use set selected key as empty. That's all. Okay. Now let us see if this works. So let me select ABAP as a skill, click on the go button. Yes, it is working. And when I click on the reset, yes, this has been reset and even the complete table data I'm getting. Okay, fine. So let's go to the next thing, that is salary. So for the salary, I want two fields here. One is to select the operator and another one to enter the value like this. So let me open the Fiori Launchpad. So let us open our already developed application. So here the salary has two fields. One is the drop down, so with all these operators, and second one is the input field for entering the value. Okay, so let us develop this. So here in this existing application, the operator, we have given all these operators, but this is not recommended. So we need to give the text like equal to, greater than. So we need to give the text only. Okay, so let us create such a drop down now. So this combo box is over. Now let us create another filter. Label text equal to salary. Okay, now the salary need two fields. One is, the first one is let us take a select box, and this select box I am taking with operators. So inside the drop down we create core items. So text equal to equals. Okay, but the key that we need to get is, so this is the key. Key is something which I will pass at this place. When you create a new filter, the new filter needs three parameters. One is the OData field name, second one is the operator, and third one is the value. So till now, the operator that we have used is equals to, which is constant. But now we are asking end user to select the operator, right? So this particular operator, if it is equals to, then we need to give EQ. If it is greater than, then GT. If it is less than, then LT. So like this, the operator purely, it's a predefined value for each of the operator. So for as I mentioned, for equal to EQ, less than LT, greater than GT, less than or equal to is LE, greater than or equal to is GE. Okay, so we need to keep the keys accordingly. So if it is equals to, then just give EQ. Now copy this core item, Control C. Now let's take greater than, less than, greater than or equals, less than or equals, less than or equals. So similarly, you can keep between as well. We'll keep between at the end. So first let us complete all this. So equals to, then greater than is GT, less than is LT, greater than or equals to is GE, and less than or equal to is LE. Alright, so this particular drop down is over, and this is only to select the operator. Now let's see how it looks. So salary is appearing like a drop down with all these operators. Now next to this field, we also want a field to enter the value, isn't it? This is only operator, so you need to enter the value as well. So for this, let us create one more input field. The input field ID equal to ID salary. We also need to give some ID for this select box. ID, this is salary operator. Okay, so this is the input field, that is fine. Now let's have a look. All right. So salary by default it is coming as equals to, that is fine, that is very fine, and the end user can enter his value here, right? When you click on the go button, till now you have read only the value from these each input field. But for salary, you have two fields. So you need to read it from both the fields. Okay, so let us read from this drop down as well as from this input field. Go to the controller and you need to read the salary operator first. So how to read the salary operator? It's a select box and we know how to read the value from the select box. So you need to point out by using this by ID and ID of the select box dot get selected key. Now you got the operator. Then what about the value? So you also need the salary value, right? So salary equal to, so this is exactly like others. This is ID salary dot get value. So now we have the salary operator and we also have the salary. Now we need to construct the filter only if the salary operator and the salary both are not equal to empty. Okay. So however, we have used the select box. So select box always will be filled with at least one operator. Okay. So we can directly write the if condition on the salary value instead of the operator, because operator there is no chance of becoming empty, right? Because of the select box always select the first value by default, so there is no chance of getting it empty, right? So let's write salary. If salary is not equals to empty, then I can construct the filter and push it into the array. So my array dot push new filter, and this is on salary. And in place of equals to, don't keep any operator. So keep the operator that you have read from your drop down. So this is my drop down. I already read the operator, so keep it here. So we kept the operator dynamically instead of hard coded like this. Okay. And this is salary. All right. So filter, applying the filter is ready. Now coming to the reset functionality. So we also need to write the reset. We need to reset the salary operator back to equals to. So ID salary, this is salary, but first operator OPR. So set selected key. So we need to set the selected key back to equals to. So give EQ here. When you give set selected key as EQ, so you are indirectly saying to make this particular item by default selected, right? So this particular EQ means the display text is equals to. So again, the equals to will be shown in the drop down when you click on the reset button. So set selected key EQ. And now copy this statement once again and write this as salary. So salary is the input field, so you can write set value empty. Okay, it is not a drop down. The next one is not a drop down, it's an input field. So since it's an input field, on the input field we can write set value empty. Right. Now let us see if this works or not. So I want greater than 5 lakhs, for example. Now click on the go button. Yes, so I got the people who are greater than 5 lakhs. Okay, so reset. You can see reset is making this drop down back to equals to. Okay, let us write, for example, less than 15 lakhs, 150000. Now click go. So less than 15 lakhs, these two people, and from this again, I want SAP UI5 people who are less than 50 lakhs. So obviously this record, Amit record should come. Click go. Yes, Amit record has come. So like this, the filters will work. And when I click on the reset, all these things should be gone. Reset, all the data has come into the table and all these filters has gone.
This one,
okay.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
When you say reset, can we delete the table entries?
Delete the table entries.
Yeah, that
Means,
below those. Do you see that employee list? The below table control entries we want to delete. Means
no, why do you want to delete? When you reset, the entire data should come, right?
No, just I'm just checking. Like suppose we are deleting the entries which are there on the fields, the top fields, filter
No,
fields.
this is form delete.
In the similar way, can we just delete the entries from the employee list?
No, why do you want to delete? Reset
So
means
that
it will go to the original position, right?
based on the criteria what you are giving, like employee ID, then only when you say go, you want to get the data which is there in the below table.
Okay, so you mean initially you want the table to be empty. You don't want to fill the backend data initially. That is what you are saying.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, if that is the case, what you can do in the backend, you keep a condition like your filter. There should be at least one filter. Then only you select start from the table and get the data. Okay, so that initially when I refresh my application, I will not have the data in the table. Getting it? This has to be operated in the backend, not in the front end. So what we do is we in the get entity set method, I will check is there at least one filter in my IT filter select option table. Okay. So if there is at least one filter, then only I will apply that select statement. If there are no filters, so since that if condition will fail, so no data will come to the front end. Got it?
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Okay. Right. Right. So the next one is the date filter. So here I'm going to create a date of joining filter, guys. So let's go to the view and let's create a label with text equal to date of joining. And for selecting the date, SAP has given a separate UI element. It is called date picker. Let me give the ID as ID date of joining. All right, now let's have a look on this. So date of joining, and this is how it looks. So you can select the date, and when you click on the go button, you need to write the logic to read the date from this date picker and send it as a filter. Okay, so here we will get a twist. So let us see what it is. So when you click on the go button, let's read this date of joining first. So just like you read all these values, so let us read the date of joining as well. So divide this by ID date of joining. The date picker does not have get value function, but instead it has get date value function. Get date value. Okay. So whenever you read a date value from this particular date picker, it returns an object. It returns a object. It will not return in the form of a string. It returns this particular date of joining as a object. Okay. So since it's an object, in the if condition, we need to compare with the empty form of the object. Okay. See, the empty form of a string is simply double quotation. That's all. That is an empty form of a string. Can anybody tell me what is the empty form of an object? If the object is empty, what is the empty value of an object? Anybody? C programming, Java programming?
Will it be the default value based on the data type?
Any object, if you take what is the empty form of an object?
Null.
Null, yes, exactly, that is correct. So you need to compare with null. Okay, so null is the empty form of an object. So whenever an object is empty, empty means null. Okay, so if a string is empty, then this is its empty form. This is called empty form of a string. So similarly, empty form of an object is null. So you should not compare this with empty for date of joining. Okay, so you need to write date of joining not equal to null. Now let us copy this statement, paste it here, and this is date of joining, and operator, so we can give equals to, and then this one is date of joining. Okay, document. Yeah, this looks good. And again, for reset functionality, so you need to copy this statement. ID date of joining dot. So we do not have set value, we have set date value, and set date value will take object, and empty form of an object is null. So we need to set it with null, not with a double quotation. So double quotation is the empty form of a string, but we need the empty form of an object. So we need to write the null. Okay, fine. So we have read the date of joining, and we also read this. We also reset the date of joining. Now let us see if this works or not.